Hello, my name is Ian Reynolds. I'm here with Drake Brunswick, and welcome to your MBN show for this week. And now we'll go to Davin Brunswick and Paul Stoney for the local and national news.
Hi, my name is Davin Brunswick. I'm here with Paul Stoney, and this is your week's news.
Now for your local news. Nebraska Department of Education released classification for Nebraska's school test scores, revealing surprises for McCook Public Schools, ranking for Central Elementary, McCook Junior High, and McCook Senior High from the NDE's classification system are still waiting for a review, from the initial grade classification to the highest category, excellent. They are 3 of 90 schools in the state whose classifications are wavering between the next higher ranking. Classifications are not based on test scores, but also on student success, graduation rate, and progress for English learners. Superintendent Grant Norgard said the reclassification for the 3 schools should be known within the next few weeks as the NDE reviews additional information sent in by MPS. McCook Senior High 9th through 12th grades, classification great, pending review.
Hi, I'm Davin Brunswick, and this is your national news. On Monday, the 21st of January, we celebrated the life of Martin Luther King Jr. and everything he did for the civil rights movement. He helped end segregation and inspired others to believe that skin color does not affect who you are and what you can and cannot do. The government shutdown is now over. It lasted 35 days and is now the longest shutdown in United States history. Government employees will now go back to work and receive their paychecks for their work. In other news, former CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, plans on running for president in 2020. But current President Donald Trump says on Twitter that he does not believe Schultz has the guts to run for president. And that is your national news.
And now we'll take a look into the weather forecast this week, produced by Nick Wolven, the weatherman.
Hi, my name is Nick Wolven, here with your weather from Monday, February the 4th to Saturday, February the 9th. For Monday, February the 4th, there will be a high of 48 degrees with a low of 21. For Tuesday the 5th, there will be a high of 34 degrees with a low of 18. For Wednesday the 6th, there will be a high of 36 degrees and a low of 19. For Thursday the 7th, there will be a high of 42 and a low of 23. And for Friday the 8th, there will be a high of 34 and a low of 20. Finally, on the 9th, there will be a high of 32 and a low of 18. This has been your weather from McCook Bison TV.
Now we're going to go to Ethan Hicks in Lanham presenting the sports part of our segment today.
I'm Ethan Hicks, and this is your sports section. For varsity wrestling, on January 17th, there's a duel at Hastings. On January 19th, there's an invite at Lexington. On January 22nd, there's a triangular versus Holdridge and Gothenburg at McCook. JV wrestling, there's a meet on January 17th at Hastings. Upcoming wrestling, January 25th, there's an invite at McCook. Results posted next week. Boys varsity basketball, there's a game January 15th versus Lexington. JV January 15th game versus Lexington. And freshman January 15th game versus Cambridge. Girls varsity basketball, there's a game January 15th versus Lexington. And game versus Lexington on the 15th. And freshmen, there's a game on the 15th against Cambridge. And now for your swim results from January 11th and 12th. Girls 200-yard freestyle. With a third place finish with a time of 2 minutes and 11 seconds, Carmen Cabrera Sanchez. The girls 50-yard freestyle with a fourth place finish of 26 seconds was Laura Schmidt. The girls 500-yard freestyle was with a second place finish of 5 minutes and 40 seconds was Carmen Cabrera Sanchez. In January 18th and 19th, a combined team score of 656 with a women's score of 331 and a men's score of 325. The women's 200-yard medley relay with a second place finish with a time of 2 minutes and 3 seconds with a team of Becca Teets, Molly Tate, Laura Schmidt, and Candace Coleman. With a women's 200-yard freestyle relay with a second place finish with a time of 1 minute 51 seconds with a team of Laura Schmidt, Becca Teets, Candace Coleman, and Molly Tate. With the men 200-yard freestyle relay with a second place finish of a time of 1 minute and 39 seconds with a team of Isaac Hedwig, Timothy Renner, Ethan Spencer, and Eric Graff. With the women's 100-yard breaststroke with a second-place finish of 1 minute and 16 seconds was Molly Tate. With the men 100-yard breaststroke with a second-place finish of 1 minute and 9 was Eric Graff. Then the men's 400-yard freestyle relay with a second-place finish with a time of 4 minutes and 1 second with a team of Isaac Hedwood, Eric Graff, Drake Brunswick, and Timothy Renner. And that is your sports section.
And now to Chloe McMichael for her interview with Erica Hoyt.
I'm Chloe McMichael reporting from McCook Bison TV, and I'm here with Erica Hoyt.
Hello.
So, how do you define art?
So art is a bunch of different things. I don't think there's necessarily one way to describe it. For a lot of people, it can be taken a lot of different ways. So there's different forms of art, like acrylic paintings, watercolor paintings, sculptures. Art can even be in like words, like poetry and different things like that. So yeah, art is a pretty vast definition, I think.
What's your favorite medium?
My favorite medium, so I have a lot of favorites, and a lot of people tell me, oh, you need to pick one, but I like doing mixed media, which is where you take a bunch of different mediums and mix them all together. Like my favorite personally is I'll take watercolor and ink, and you can mix them together, make different lines and different things like that, and I think it's just cooler that way because I don't know, it's just a lot of fun to work with.
What does your art mean to you?
My art means a lot to me, and it means a lot of different things. For me, it's kind of like therapy because I can do it whenever I need to, whenever I feel like it. You can basically, anything that you think or anything that you feel, you can put it on a piece of paper or on a canvas, and it's right there. And there's something about it that's just so therapeutic and beautiful.
What do you hope your art brings to other people?
I hope that when people see my art, that they get happy, and that, I don't know, when I see art or when I see really good art, I get excited, and that is inspiring, and I think that I hope that I also inspire other people when I create art.
What inspires or influences you?
Let's see. A lot of things inspire me. If I see a certain color, if I hear music, even just seeing a few words on a piece of paper can just trigger something in me, and then all of a sudden I have this inspiration out of nowhere. So basically anything inspires me.
How have you developed your art?
Well, when I first started, I was like, I want to say when I actually started, I was like 10. And so one of the first things I ever did was people. Like I loved drawing faces and things. And I kind of just built all my ideas off of that, and I started doing like floral, like flowers all the time. Like that started to become one of my favorite things ever. And I think I kind of just built off of constantly practicing and looking at other people's techniques and stuff like that.
When did you first start creating?
When I first started creating, I think, like I said, I think I was about 10, but I liked painting and doing like finger painting and stuff like that, like little kids always love to do. I was like obsessed with that as a little kid. So I would probably say I actually started when I was like 5, probably.
All right. So how did you officially get started?
I want to say it was like when I was 12, because I remember my mom, because I would do sketchbooks and stuff. I was homeschooled for a long time, and she would have me do sketchbooks for her. And she knew that I really liked art, so she enrolled me in a bunch of different art classes and different things like that, and I think that's kind of where I really started out. So.
What have you done to improve your skills?
I watch a lot of videos. Like, I watch at least one art video a day, at least, and I practice constantly. I get up early every morning and I do art, and I practice with it, and yeah.
Is your artwork on display?
I have a social media account. I have 2 social media accounts. I have a Facebook and I have an Instagram, and that's where I display them, but not necessarily like physically anywhere yet.
Right. Do you hope to make a career out of your art?
I do. I think it would be really fun to be able to be an artist, although I know it's hard to do because artists don't really make money. But I think if I could, I don't know, I think maybe if I could just teach classes or something like that, or make money off the art I make would be really cool too.
Have you made any plans to continue with your art?
Yes, I think I probably will go to college for it. I might major in it, but I also might minor in it. I haven't really decided that whole career path yet, but definitely I will continue it for a long time.
All right, well, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Now Araya is going to show us how to use a light box.
Man, these bases and references look nice. Too bad my freehand's been rusty lately.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. If you're not confident in your freehand, try using a light box.
Well, how do I do that?
First, print off a base.
Got it.
Take your base and tape the top and the bottom to the light box. Do the same for your drawing paper over the base. Then turn that light box on.
Isn't this cheating?
Unless you steal someone else's art, no.
Oh, really? Well, how else does this benefit me?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Not only could you use a light box to practice and establish basic proportions, but it can give you a chance to get a creative flow going. This can also help get past an artist block. It can help you gain muscle memory and practice details you struggle with when you freehand. And it is satisfying and relaxing.
Wow, light boxes are really helpful.
They really are. And now to the finished product.